Hi everyone, today I'll be talking about cancel culture. What is cancel culture? Cancel culture refers to the popular practice of withdrawing support for public figures and companies after they have done or said something considered objectionable or offensive. Cancel culture and call-out culture can almost always be used interchangeably. And here are some examples of cancel culture done right. Jeffrey Epstein and his girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell are alleged child molesters, and Harvey Weinstein is one of the most notorious sexual predators in his industry. And fast fashion brands allegedly exploiting garment workers such as Urban Outfitters, Topshop, Gap, and even Ivy Park. Yes, the one that's owned by our beloved Beyonce. Who runs the world? Apparently only Beyonce runs the world. And billion-dollar organizations like the Enron Corporation, Theranos, are among some organizations that thrive off the exploitation of investors, workers, consumers, the media, and taxpayers in general. Call-out culture or whistleblowing has seen major reform and cultural change throughout history. It is essential that we maintain policies that protect our whistleblowers so they do not suffer the same consequence as the Aussie legend and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Cancel culture gives voice to society's most marginalised communities. Case in point, the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement in the US, UK, and Australia, addressing systemic racism in all its terrifying glory. And the Pay Up campaign, which addresses modern-day slavery. It is about the injustice towards our garment workers. And these are only some of the cancel culture addressed in the last 6 months. The woke voices of the past have directly addressed social, political, and professional inequality. The International Language Movement Day was instigated by the passionate and ethical Bangladeshi students of the University of Dhaka on February 21st, 1952. The students defied the totalitarian East Pakistani government of the time and protested for the rights to use their mother tongue. These student protesters demonstrated the true call-out culture. Imagine a world without such beautiful languages. A call-out for the amendment of the Australian Constitution was conducted in 1967. This bill was to endorse the inclusion of the Australian First Nationals as a part of the Australian population. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is another true example of solid racism at its best. Cancel culture appropriates the blaming and shaming of oppressors and abusers who continue to victimize society's most vulnerable. 1794 saw the origins of the labor movement that prompted the formation of trade union. Unions have since fought tirelessly for employees' rights and appropriate pay scales. If it wasn't for the workers' strikes, i.e. the cancel culture in the 1700s, workers would still be abused and exploited. But what about the cases when cancel culture has gone dangerously wrong? Let's look at some examples. Michael Jackson, guilty until proven innocent. Monica Lewinsky, among the first cyber bullying victims. Miley Cyrus and not Robin Thicke for dancing. And Britney Spears, a beautiful, talented woman who had a mental health breakdown due to the toxic media attention. And unfortunately, the root cause of such cancel culture is mob mentality. Mob mentality describes a behavior in which people act the same way or behave the same way as the people around them, often to fit in, and it's not necessarily representing their own thought processes or feelings. There is almost zero accountability on the individual who follows a crowd, just like sheep aimlessly following its herd. Le Bon, the author of The Crowd, 1895, identifies key characteristics of crowd mentality: impulsiveness, lack of empathy and sensitivity, highly critical of seemingly minor wrongdoings, exaggerated display of anger and irritability, lack of individualistic and critical thinking, and severe case of ignorance. Consequences of mob mentality are violence and riots, fear-mongering, especially in cases where preset moral conduct has been breached, a conduct that usually benefits one group of people over the other. An unrealistic and perfectionist society, bullying and isolation of the victims of cancel culture, mental and physical degradation, spread of misinformation, and the eventual and inevitable societal downfall. If you think I'm being dramatic, I urge you all to research human civilization and its dire history. Solution to getting cancel culture right is critical thinking. Stop, question, investigate, and confirm the validity of all information being thrown at you. Respectfully correct misinformation in all settings. Provide evidence for your rebuttal. Have you or someone in your family or someone within your close friendship group or one of your colleagues at work or anywhere for that matter where there's a group of people, even if it's your online community, ever unjustly experienced bullying and cancel culture? If so, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you, and I hope you have come out of this situation as a better and stronger and more empowered individual. Thank you. If you'd like to receive similar content, please subscribe to my channel.